Where am I?
Hey guys. Pretty good, right? Switching it up. Being a little exclusive to the men.
Well, I mean, it's probably getting a bigger audience and addressing only the gamers.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Some men aren't gamers.
like you.
It's true. So I was thinking about this recently.
Yeah.
Speaking of being exclusive, you remember March 2020?
Oh yeah, big
Time in our
big
lives.
time. Yeah. Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing, dude.
Peak Animal Crossing.
It's true. What I was thinking of is the exclusivity of toilet paper. And people are blaming like all these panic buyers, right?
Yeah.
Like people are going to Walmart just buying, 72 rolls of toilet paper. But I think who we really need to be blaming in March 2022 for the lack of toilet paper is 2 years ago. The Egyptians, baby.
Okay.
They're mummifying people.
Got it. They're
Yep.
Exactly.
That's how that works, right?
That is exactly how that works. Yeah. Since ancient
Can you
times,
imagine if we were mummifying everyone who died of COVID? We would have no toilet paper for so many reasons.
Maybe if we did that, less people would be dying. Like maybe they feel disrespected that they're not being. I don't know.
It's perhaps.
Didn't they use like a hook and like pull out the brain through the nose? I don't like that.
Yeah. How else?
Whenever I pick my nose, I get scared.
Yeah. If I ever like have too many boogers when I sneeze, I'm like, oh, it's all my brain juice just like leaking out.
Yeah. No, you got to keep the brain juice up in the brain.
Yeah, it needs to be there. Your cranial fluid. Yeah, that was the best opening bit that I could come up with in the
How come your Twitter says that you're 7/8 of this podcast?
Good question. Everybody has like half of or whatever, 1/3 of, and I was like, I want to circumnavigate that
by saying you.
Well, I was just gonna do a different.
6/8.
That's fine.
Why are you okay? Let's simplify that fraction. Why are you 3/4?
Think about it.
No, I'm not. No. Yeah, I think you should explain on mic why you're 3/4 of the podcast. I think the coach heads are dying to know.
You.
No, I mean, I'm not the only coach head that listens.
You're not.
I also don't listen. I also don't listen.
Yeah, so I wanted to circumnavigate the 1/2 of because I thought that was too common. And then I realized to extrapolate that fraction, you're just doing it like everyone immediately knows that it's half.
Okay.
Right? Like I'm 5/10 of it or whatever.
Right. So instead of jumping to like 3/5, you're like, I'm going to take 75%.
Well, 3/5 has been taken by another group that I.
Who's the other group?
Don't worry about it.
Who's the other group?
The group that took the 3/5 compromise. I
thought you meant another podcasting group.
No.
The other group. Yeah,
the other group. As they like to be called.
They really took it themselves. They really, exactly.
I said it's been taken. I didn't say that they were happy about it. Although
it was kind of
one person I know thinks that it was a good deal. Shout out Lamar Lee.
Christ.
So I just wanted to come up with a funny sounding fraction, and 6/8 was it, I guess.
Okay.
I think that was it. I wanted to do
You could have done.
What is it? 1751sts, which is like, or 1951st. What's 51 divided by 3? It's a number that you don't want it to be. 17. Yeah.
Yeah, it would be 17. Yep.
51 divided by 3 equals 17 is just like such an uncomfortable.
Well, no, but it's
equation.
like 7 times 3 is 21, and then 10 times 3 is fucking 30, baby. Add that together, that's 51.
Yeah, I don't like it. Irregardless, I don't like it.
Fair enough. I mean, numbers are scary. I say as an accountant. Dude, my boss, so I've been like walking around the office drinking diet Arizona green tea out of a whiskey glass because that's just what they have at for some fucking reason. They have little whiskey glasses. So I've been drinking out of that.
Do you work at the Mad Men offices?
I like to pretend that I work at the Mad Men offices. And then
you brought in the whiskey glasses.
No. I didn't bring in the whiskey glasses. They just had them. But I was walking around and I was like, yeah, this could be whiskey. And then people would look at that and be like, huh. Nice. And then they're like, what is that? Like, they're like, I know that's not actually alcohol. So like, what is it? I'm like, it's diet, green tea from, whatever.
Yeah.
But then my boss, I was making that joke to my boss and she's like, you could probably be drinking whiskey out of that and no one would notice or care. And I said, are you telling me? Is this permission?
Yeah. What's those harmonies that we have?
Yeah, we could be a musical group.
We could.
I'm
already in a musical group.
That is true. With a close personal friend.
Close personal friend of the cast, Ethan.
He has his own podcast. Go listen to it.
It's called
Bully Buddies. I think I've already plugged it before, but in case you're new, in case you're hearing the truth about the killers from this week, folks, go check out Ethan's spot. Don't check out the Doug Zone.
Don't check it out.
No, well, not until they fucking have me on. They're having literally everybody else on before me, and that's fine. I mean, I've already been on twice, but you've been on 3 times, so I think fair is fair.
Matt and Ian Doug Zone. If you put me on one more time before Coach, I'll push your application through. We'll have you back on. We'll plug you.
You need to find a new co-host. I'm not going to say why. But I'm going to say
unrelated.
Yeah.
Just having to do with a certain sword of a certain Damocles.
Oh yes, the family of Damocles.
Yeah,
I'm sure Damocles had a family. What was Damocles' deal?
What is his deal?
I know all about his sword.
Did he?
He was a fucking Italian.
Yeah,
he was Sicilian, but
folks, different.
Fucking wop. Of course, makes sense why I'm very into the sword of Damocles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was he doing the sword to other people, or the sword was above his head?
I think the sword was above his. I think it was above his head. I don't think he was. The whole point is that the sword's above your head, so I don't think anyone was doing anything with this. I don't know. I talk about the sword of Damocles all the time. Sword of Damocles.
Did you know that it's an allusion to the imminent and ever-present peril faced by those in positions of power?
Yeah. No, I knew that.
Specifically, the positions of power. So now I'm wondering how much of this sword actually applies to you.
A lot. I have a tremendous power in my life. Okay, let me tell you, I'm in a position of power. I have a podcast. I'm a social media influencer. I convince people to go buy Arby's. That's power.
That's true. You have done that.
I get people to talk about sharpening themselves constantly. People in my life are like, I was really sharpened at the doctor's office today. And I'm like, yeah, you fucking were. And who taught you that? I did.
I think a lot of the things we say are a bit mimetic.
Yeah.
I think they have meme qualities to them.
Yeah, if only we had the listenership to back it up.
But the listeners that we do have, it catches on like
wildfire. They love me.
Yeah.
And you.
And me.
Yeah.
Couple of things that I say at the old box factory catch on. It's going great.
I was going to ask, how's your week been?
It's been exhausting.
Yeah, I feel that.
So a lot of boxes, I'll say.
I would hope. I mean, I would hope
Honestly, truthfully, if you want me to be truthful, too many. Stop ordering shit online.
I've been getting my things in bags, not so much boxes. So
we also do bags, so watch yourself.
All right. I'm trying to. I don't have anything in the mail coming up.
Like pouches.
Yeah.
Like an Amazon plastic.
Oh yeah, no, I got an Amazon fucking pouch for the battery on my Roomba. You know what's stupid? You have to fucking charge and then completely discharge that thing 3 times before it, like, the battery is primed or whatever the fuck, and then like would work normally. How does that even work? Why do I have to do that with a battery? Why don't I not have to do that with any like other batteries?
Yeah, I don't know how like stuff knows about stuff. You know
how
what
do
I mean?
Batteries work? I know they're basically juice with metal in it, and the juice,
metal juice,
and the juice makes electricity.
I think batteries are just like tiny contained little like fuel tanks, and they just got like gasoline in there, really. And it's just burning the gasoline, and then when it's out, it's out.
I don't. Well, then how do rechargeable batteries work?
How does a rechargeable car work?
Well, yeah, but you're not my guy.
Think about it. Gas tank in a car.
Let's break it down.
Reusable.
Gas.
Pedal.
Lay's chips. All right, now what's in a Lay's chip? Potatoes.
And oil.
There it is. We did it. We knew the ledge, man.
How great is knowing the
crypt of currency, the pyramids, the Egyptians, mummification. Dog, think about it.
It all comes back.
It all comes back.
The sword of Damocles is the vaccine.
Dam of Cleese.
John Cleese. Monty Python.
Holy Grail.
Magna the Ministry of the Ministry of Silly Walks.
Tree, the Elden Tree.
This is if Robin Williams was retarded.
No, I think this was. Well, I'm not going to say what I was going to say.
It's probably for the best.
Probably for the best, yeah. I love doing a little word association.
The sword of Damocles was a real sword hung over the head of Damocles in the palace of King Dionysius II in the city of Syracuse, Sicily.
Not New York.
Syracuse, Sicily, in the 4th century BC. Nowadays, it is a phrase used to depict life's unpredictability and possible existence of imminent danger. And I think this word "possible" is doing a lot of heavy lifting in this sentence.
Well, it's because when you're sitting under the throne, under the sword, right? On the throne, under the sword, it's hanging. You don't know when that string's going to snap. That little fucking thread that's holding the whole thing together.
Yeah,
and it might never.
Maybe never. It could be very strong. I've seen fishing wire hold up like a 40-pound fish.
I've heard hold up a whole fucking body
a whale.
by the neck.
A whale.
Yeah. Yeah, a whale. That's what I meant. The point is, it might snap, but it might not. It probably will. But that anxiety. Now, here's the thing. I've been so sharpened by the various swords of Damocles in my life that I just let it live.
You have multiple swords.
I've got multiple.
You got a whole arsenal.
Iron swords in the fire, so to speak. And also, they're all above my head because the fire is also above.
The fire is above your head.
It's called the
truth. Truly, having a fire above your head is having a good idea in the 1700s.
Okay, what? Explain.
it's like a light bulb moment, but they didn't have light bulbs.
They didn't have light bulbs, so they just had a little old torch.
A little fire.
Okay. All right. We did
truly,
the math.
Truly one of my best bits.
Bit is a strong word.
I've been
a funny observation. You sound sick again.
Yeah, I think I have allergies this time. I'm fine.
Like you sound like congested, but you seem otherwise.
Otherwise, I'm fine. I've been using my inhaler.
You mean your puffer?
Yeah, my puffer.
Because you're the inhaler.
I am the inhaler.
What a great bit! Just being Canadian about. Oh, I think is mine out here? I thought it was. No, never mind. Oh wait, it's on the floor. I can't reach it though.
just toss it wherever.
I don't know how it ended up on the floor. Maybe my cat put it there. I don't know. I don't want to blame her.
I'll blame the cat.
No, don't blame the cat.
All right, I'll blame you then.
That's
fair. There's only one other person it could be. Don't want to blame them, do we?
The cat or?
Interesting.
Anyway,
that's the sword of Damocles.
Folks, we've been talking about it for like a year. And now you finally know what it is if you weren't satisfied enough with your own curiosity to
if you didn't do the research of typing Damocles into Google and reading the second result.
Reading the Wikipedia page,
yeah. So that's that's that. That's the information that we provide as a informational journalistic podcast.
We are the number one in facts. No printer. Fax machines. Machine.
Yeah, Sheen.
Charlie Sheen. Tiger Blood.
By winning. What else did he say?
I mean, he
said a lot of things that I can't say.
That's true. I mean, you could. Should you? Perhaps not, but you could.
I could in theory, I guess.
Yeah.
Speaking of, at the Box Factory, we have a computer inside the facility. And occasionally when there's nothing to do, people will pull up YouTube videos, but we don't have speakers. Which is fine. It's fine. And we just have like closed captions, which is not entirely relevant, but I just for the sake of transparency. And
Thanks. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. For those who haven't seen, there's a video going around of like BBC journalists being like, wow, this Ukraine war is very sad because the victims are white and blonde and blue-eyed. They're like, they shouldn't be refugees. They're real people this time. Did you not see that?
No.
Yeah,
it sounds cartoonishly.
It's like
bad. That's why I thought you were doing a bit. I thought you were being sarcastic.
It was like for real. They're like,
oh no.
Yeah, like on BBC, they're like, these are blonde, blue-eyed people.
BBC, British Broadcasting,
not
company,
us,
not
affiliated with us,
not anything to do with. Let the record show.
Let the record show.
Times that we need to be clear.
Sometimes we appreciate being associated with such a large news corporation.
Not today.
Not today.
Not in these trying times.
Yeah, so this was like they were watching a video reporting on that, being like, this is the racist shit that they were saying. And so we're all watching that video, just a big group of people reading the captions, and then somebody would like read out some of the captions, and then every time that happened, one guy in particular would look at me and go, no offense though, right? And I'm like, I don't even know, because I'm, again, the only white person there. And they're like, no,
I plead the fifth, man. Like, I don't know
I'm like,
what the fuck's going on.
These guys aren't my friends. I don't know them. I don't claim them. Like, and it happened like 6 times. Yeah. It's like, no offense, though, no offense. But like white people, like they're being racist. I'm like, they are being racist. It's, you know,
yeah.
You don't need to like help me out here. It's fine.
Like, these are British people.
Yeah.
So that's a whole other fucking.
Yeah, they're not even real people.
Yeah. They eat beans for breakfast. You think
true.
They're not going to be a little bit racist? They eating fucking beans for breakfast? Come on, man.
And their queen's dead. They're going through a rough time, man.
Is she ever going to die?
Oh, she's going to die. Do you have a time machine to go back in time 6 months?
Uh-oh. You're like, I have a bet to win.
I did, in fact, bet. Do you remember what date I set?
No, I think it was like October or something. I mean, there was a period of time where like every week you'd be like, it's happening this day. Or like...
Yeah, I predicted the Queen of England will die on or before October 18th, 2021.
Oh, I guessed pretty good.
You did.
Yeah. By guessed, I mean remembered.
Yeah. Iron trap that brain of yours.
Well,
see, the common phrase is steel trap, but
iron is
you have an affinity for iron. Interesting. Yes. It's already been 20 minutes. We've said nothing,
and that's good. I mean, what's there to say? I don't know. I've been playing Elden Ring for a fucking week.
Yeah.
I've been hanging with the sweetie, and I've been playing Elden Ring, and that's literally everything I've done. And let me tell you, man,
if you go back a year in the archive, mm-hmm. every episode is just like, I wish I was playing a From Software game with a sweetie. And now you have that, and you're like, whatever, dude. My life sucks.
No, I didn't say it sucks. I did not say, hey, you're putting words in my mouth. I'm just saying I haven't done anything worth talking about on the podcast.
All right.
I have not had any of. I mean, I got a raise at work.
Yeah, how much were you talking?
I will say it's like 500 less than what I got for my promotion raise last year. Which is pretty good, even though like with inflation it should be more technically, but like I was like, okay.
Yeah, it must be nice.
Well, that's what I get for not working hourly. So yeah, and also showing up to work and not taking weeks off at a time because you're sick.
I was deathly ill.
Yeah. Sure.
It's true. I'm still ill, as you pointed out.
You don't sound good. You sound unwell.
I am a little bit unwell.
No, you need the power of the old blood,
Do you think I could borrow some from the Queen? She's not using it. She's got some of the oldest blood that I know of.
I can't wait for people to find out that England is literally just Bloodborne. It's literally going to be the game Bloodborne when the Queen never dies. And people start turning into beasts. It's going to be Bloodborne.
You think they're going to hologram her?
Oh, you feel like the easy answer is no. And because it's not, I mean, the fact that I can't just be like one or the other is not good, right?
When did they hologram Tupac? Like 2007?
I mean, at least a decade ago, if not. They have the technology to really... I mean, have you seen the Miku Hatsune fucking...
I have not. It was 2012,
hologram
actually.
Concerts. So yeah, like a decade ago.
Yeah. You're so good at timelines, dude.
Dude, I've Iron Trap, baby. And it's being sharpened by other iron traps. It's called gaslighting.
Yeah, sure. I think that 6 years down the road, we're going to have some BBC merch that says Iron Trap on it.
what other BBC merch would it be? It'd just be like the sword.
I think it would be fun to have like a shirt with a little shirt pocket, and like there's no branding anywhere, but if you like open the shirt pocket, there's a little monkey.
That'd be good. People would be like, "This is a fresh shirt," but I think some people would like to see would like the monkey on a shirt.
Yeah,
you'll just be like, "Oh, that's a fucking sick monkey."
Yeah,
as people do. Actually, people do say
all
that
the time.
They're like,
all the time.
Fuck NFTs, but like, I would buy that monkey.
Yeah, I think we'll have perhaps some BBC merch designed by our dear friend Arthur.
Really?
I don't know. Why not?
You're in the future. I thought you were saying I thought you were saying that like this is in the works. I'm like, that's not going to happen.
No,
there's no way you talked to him and he responded within a reasonable time frame. But then there's no fucking way.
I'm gonna ping him in the secret chat right now and ask him to do it.
Okay. I'll be like, sorry, I'm just getting. Well, he's probably busy playing Elden Ring,
or at his job that he famously has.
It's the weekend. He's playing Elden Ring, and let me tell you, man, I think Elden Ring is a mediocre game. Hot take.
Hot, steaming take.
Which this will upset.
You ever notice how only food can be piping hot?
I feel like pipes could be piping hot. No one would say that.
Yeah.
They just say it's hot.
Isn't that a fun observation? You ever notice how it's called chapstick, but when you don't use it, your lips are chapped? What's up with that?
Or when you use it, sometimes it makes your lips a little more chapped faster. You know,
that's the gazebo effect.
Why is it called the gazebo effect?
I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I don't do well with follow-up questions, dude.
You should have just said that. That would have been a grand old time. All the fans would have, cheered.
Great callback.
They would have leapt from their chairs at their offices and gone, "Wow!" Or Matt would have leapt from his bed at midnight and said, "Oh boy, he said the line."
I will edit it. Let's redo the conversation. That's the gazebo effect, baby.
Okay, what? And why is it the gazebo effect?
I don't know. I'm not a scientist. Oh fuck!
You're hilarious, man. See, the bit was that you said you were going to go and do it, and then you fucking didn't. Ooh,
I didn't do it.
That's comedy, baby. That was subverting expectations. Yeah,
I'm basically Toby Fox with the extra expectations. I'm not a scientist, dude.
Yeah, you're just like Toby Fox, the creator of Undertale
and Deltarune.
Deltarune is the better. I mean,
what about BBC merch? And it's
Sans Undertale.
It's just Sans Undertale. No, what if it's Mike Shinoda in a lab coat and it says, "I'm not a scientist, dude."
I don't know who that is.
Mike Shinoda is the keyboard player and rapper from Linkin Park, aka Fort Minor. You know the Fort Minor act?
It sounds familiar.
He has that song, 10% luck, 20% skill, 15. Yeah, dude. So there was when they got signed as Linkin Park, the manager was just like, "What if Mike Shinoda wore a lab coat and a cowboy hat? Wouldn't that be cool? And like, what if he didn't rap? What if you just don't have rap in your group?" And Mike Shinoda was like, "I'm not a scientist, dude. That's I'm really pushing it. It's like a toyetic. Remember how I was saying that we have a mimetic quality to our? Mm-hmm. This is me proving that by repeating a phrase.
You're just gonna, if you just say it enough, if you say anything enough, people are gonna believe it and copy it. Because that's fucking how the human brain works. So
what's gonna happen is
unless you're incredibly sharp like myself, and then you're immune to propaganda.
What's going to
Don't you fucking
happen
post
is
that Garfield image, folks. You're going to post the Garfield image in the BBC chat that says you are not immune to propaganda, and then it'll be a picture of me pointing at it and going, "Who is this for?"
yeah.
Yeah, I know memes. Okay,
Yeah, it's true. You do. You in particular love that meme more than anybody else that I know.
I like using it in very cutting ways.
Yeah. But what's going to happen is people in the Discord are going to just like say in quotes, "I'm not a scientist, dude." And then laugh at me. They're like, "What an idiot. What a stupid." And then like 3 episodes from now, we're going to have a guest. We're going to have David Chase on. And and he's going to be saying
fans. I mean, he texts me all the time. He loves our episodes.
It's true.
David Chase, shout out. This one's for you. I love you.
Either him or David Cross, one of the Daves we're going to have on.
Both of them. They should have a podcast.
Dave and Dave.
Yeah.
Similar to Bob and David. And how great's Bob?
Great.
Do you know who Bob is?
Odenkirk?
That's the one.
Yeah. He's great.
I
love Bob Odenkirk. He's my favorite director of 2006's Let's Go to Prison, starring Jack Shepard and Will Arnett. Isn't that right, Zach?
It's quite true.
Yeah.
That's true.
I was trying to do my my York inflection. I hope it carried through to the listeners.
It may have just been
played Deadly Premonition, but that's fine.
It may have just been your facial expressions giving that gazebo effect, but I got it.
We haven't done a whole lot of visual bits this episode yet. Not that the audience would know if we were or not.
No.
Well, I mean, we fucking call attention to it every single time. So
there's a lot of times that we don't. We didn't even do our opening salute.
It's really more of the closing salute. That's after we finish recording. No, but we almost always do the closing one. I don't know if we do the opening one as much, which is great. That's one of my favorite parts of recording is our little because we act like real serious. We get the most serious look. We're like, all right, see you.
It's a good time. I've been saluting at the Box Factory a lot.
Oh, I bet they hate it.
Has not caught on yet, but it will.
Sure, yeah. Yeah,
it's gonna catch on.
Yeah, totally. You know what? Our salutes at the end of the podcast. I would say that's a masterpiece as far as entertainment. You know, it's not a masterpiece though. Super Mario Odyssey. I would go as far as to say it's no masterpiece, and let me talk about it for 2 hours.
I'm fine. What about Super Mario Evenacy?
Okay, what does that look like?
I'm not a scientist, dude.
No, they actually have more content. How about that?
That's a long game, IMO.
It's a long game, but like so much of it is like if you play through just the story bullshit, and I'm not counting like the fucking different sides of the moon. Fuck that. You kill Bowser, you get the credit scene. You play through just that. That's probably like 10 hours. If you don't do a whole lot of fucking around.
I did a lot of fucking around. I
did too, and I still breezed through it. Like maybe
I feel like I got 15 hours out of it, but I was enjoying myself. I smiled a lot. I was like, now that's a fun time. Okay, now this is epic, like 4 times.
PogChamp, yeah.
Yeah, I was doing Twitch emotes in my own bed. I was just saying.
I kind of got the face right?
Yeah, you got it. You're Mike Ross. I know his name. I know the PogChamp guy's name.
I don't know his name.
His name's Mike Ross. There were a couple times where I was like in my bed playing it, and then I would just yell, "Resident Sleeper."
Sometimes I'll yell, "Oh, baby, a triple! Oh, yeah!"
I yell that a lot in my personal life, and I don't bring it to my artistic works, but
that's good.
Yeah.
But okay, so after you beat the story mode stuff and you start doing like you know, because after you beat the story, those like moon cubes, you can go on the different, and they'll unlock more shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's so much. It's not like any of that stuff is any harder than the stuff you did the first time. There's just more of it, and often it could. There's no fucking difficulty curve. It's just like outside of the main path, it's a fucking crapshoot as far as like what kind of content you're going to get whenever you go through a fucking secret door. Or it's like, here's a moon for ground pounding on this spot, or here's a moon for talking to a guy, or here's a moon for dumb bullshit. Talk to Toad, play a song for Toad.
Getting a star from talking to Toad is from Mario 64 though. Like that's not
true, but they're also
new technology.
Right. And also like that was absolutely filler content in Mario 64. And there weren't that many of those talk to Toads and get a star thing. It was mostly like, I would rather play Super Mario 64 again than Super Mario Odyssey. And I will concede, you said this in the Discord, Mario feels great to play in Odyssey. It's probably his best movement.
Yeah, the movement is very fun. Jumping around, jumping on the hat.
That's great. That's probably what helped carry the game as far as it did for me. Because I used to like it more than Breath of the Wild, and I don't really like Breath of the Wild that much either. I just don't like. I don't know. I'd rather play Super Mario 3D World. That's a great game. You got levels. Mario has very restricted movement, and they're constantly building ideas on top of the last one. So it's like you're constantly getting new experiences that are fun and interesting.
I have never played it.
Oh, it's great, man. And then there's like an open world section for the Switch one, that like Bowser's Fury, if you recall. How he's so furious. And furryist. Think about that. Meowser. Oh yeah, fuck Meowser. But no, it's good. It's good stuff. I haven't played that, but it looked
How
fun.
great is talking about Nintendo properties?
Almost as good as talking about Elden Ring.
Almost as good as talking about
True crime. What do you got?
I have an interesting one. Now, this is not the Alligator Man. I'm getting to it, folks.
That's next week, guys.
Folks, I'm getting to it. It's just like
there's a lot of research you're doing for it. There's
a lot of there's a lot of stuff going on, and I'm like, look, I've been doing this show 2 years. It's a complicated story.
And if we're saying it's complicated, that's fucked.
Yeah. So
we talked about the Mystery Man with 21 fucking faces, dog.
It's true. We talked about Tornado Tien. That's a complicated story, dude.
We talked about the truth of Gary Post.
We did talk about the actual
Zodiac Killer? Question mark?
Mm-hmm. Question mark? Answer? No. If that was on my grade 10 history test, false.
We can post questions to the audience and say, did this happen? And then we can say, no, it did not. And that's
totally
fine.
Separate thoughts.
Two totally different things. And that's great.
Did Bush do 9/11?
Who's
Good question. Moving on. Yeah, he did. Separate sentence. Anyway, I have this interesting fellow over here, Ira Samuel Einhorn.
Oh fuck, that was my guy.
I'm surprised that hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, right.
Now he is known as the Unicorn Killer, and I was like, he's killing, the girls on Tinder that are like, I'm bisexual and I like threesomes, and that's not what it is.
Yeah, well, what I recall usually from the apps back in the day when I swiped, because I haven't swiped in a long time.
Congratulations.
It's I feel great. Shit's so bad for your brain.
The sword of Damocles is held by a stronger string these days. Yeah. But it's
I went there and I installed an extra string to hold it up.
Yeah. It's also much sharper and higher up to do more damage.
It's
Sword of
Damocles, much like all of the swords that I own, very double-edged.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter if it's just going to land right in my skull.
It's got a 100% crit chance right now.
Yeah. And it does massive bleed damage. Big one hit KO from the Sword of Damocles. It's a very powerful move. It's my down B, but it just hits me.
Tell me about it, dude.
It's kind of like Jigglypuff's down B if you think about it. But instead of doing massive damage, if you land it just right, or you fall asleep and it just kills me. It might also kill if I hit it just right on something.
There might be. It might set off a series of situations where someone else will die.
I'm still dead though.
Yeah.
Why wasn't I put in Smash?
Totally separate sentence. You guys ever heard of murder suicide? Look it up. Anyway, the unicorn killer. We're over it. We're not talking about apps.
I did want to know. Let me
fine.
finish the thought. Most of the girls who are bisexual, who would at least put that in their profile, would specifically say they are not your unicorn. And
that's why they're unicorns.
Oh, because they're rare.
Yeah. Because they seemingly don't exist, I think. But they might. They might exist. So that's not what he was doing. He was not killing those people. Actually, the reason he's called that, I was going to bury the lead a little bit, but like it sucks. Einhorn is like German for unicorn or something.
Okay, that makes sense because I've played a lot of games that say Einhorn in it, and I was like, oh, what's that? And now I know.
I think I just unlocked the joke in Ace Ventura where...
You unlocked the joke.
Finkel and Einhorn. Einhorn is Finkel. Spoiler alert. There's a reason she's called Einhorn.
Oh.
I think I just figured that out, having seen that movie for the first time in 1997.
Jim Carrey is the gift that keeps on giving.
He's 60 years old, my guy.
He looks it. Although he didn't look it in Sonic the Hedgehog, he looks
55.
He looked pretty good.
So the unicorn killer, Ira Samuel Einhorn, American, convicted murderer and environmental activist, which I think is an interesting way to phrase that.
Well, I mean, any killer is an environmental activist if you think about it, because the best way to reduce anyone's carbon footprint is by killing.
It's true. If someone would like to save the Earth,
and that's what Russia's doing right now, baby. They're just saving the Earth. If you think about it.
Sure. In one regard, sure.
I mean, if Putin spun it that way, maybe people would be like, yeah, okay.
The witches would stop hexing him.
I mean, and those hexes are really, I think, causing.
They're doing psychic damage. Yeah, fuck you, Doug Zone. We'll take your bits.
What witches? The astral projecting witches are going to stop fucking ISIS? Well,
but they were also doing it to Putin.
Yeah.
I listened.
I'm just kidding,
I listened. So this unicorn killer, convicted of murdering his ex-girlfriend on September 9th, 1977. Now, Holly, his ex-girlfriend, disappeared following a trip to collect her belongings from their shared apartment in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. 18 months later, police find her partially mummified body in the trunk of the unicorn killer's closet.
It all comes together.
Full circle, baby.
Oh, man. That's why.
You know what else is a circle? The Eye of Horus. Not really.
The Elden Ring.
Think about it.
That ring's pretty old.
I would have
Twitter. Yeah, fucking Nick Oldershot.
He's good at making fast jokes about current events. Anyway,
it was low hanging for anyone could have made that joke.
I didn't say good. I said fast. It's like Burger King. They're not called good food. They're called fast food. And then Burger King's the only one that I was comfortable slandering in that joke.
Well, because I don't think we've ever offered any sort of sponsorship.
No, I would not do a Burger King ad for $8,000.
Oh wait, no, yeah, we did because
The crypto thing.
The crypto
right,
thing,
right,
yeah.
right. How great is Burger King, folks?
I love Burger King. Unironically, it's shitty in a way that's pretty satisfying.
I haven't had it in.
I had it this week.
I haven't had it in over 10 years. So anyway, they find the mummified body in Ira Samuel's closet in a trunk.
I bet he got that trunk.
Yeah, you got a lot of junk in the trunk.
Got him.
So he gets arrested, and then he flees the country. Spends 23 years in Europe. Does not say where. Just Europe, and then he gets extradited, and he takes a stand. Now, this is a part I think that you're gonna like.
Well, you already talked about extradition. I'm like, I love that.
You're pro extradition.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What is Japan's thoughts on extradition?
I don't know.
Interesting. Not that big of a fan, I guess. So here's the part that I think you're gonna like. So stop looking up Japanese extradition.
God damn
it. He defended himself in court when he took the stand. I think that's a very coach head move.
If I'm ever in court, and it won't be as a lawyer, it will be defending myself. Yeah, and I think I'd be very compelling.
Come on the stand, defend yourself.
The judge, I'll say that. I'll say that to the jury. That'll be like my final thing. And they'll be like, "Shit, I guess he's not guilty."
I'm gonna call juror 8 to the stand. Now, what are your thoughts on this trial? So
that
far?
Literally happens in the new in the most recent Ace Attorney game. You literally can.
That is hell jurors. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, well, because like half the time they're involved with the case in some way. They pick 6 random people from London, and always like 2 of them just happen to be key figures at what's going on. It's like
just coincidence that they got the letter.
Yeah,
and they passed voir dire. Yeah, right. You know how strict that shit is.
Shuka Takumi, come on the cast and defend yourself, you fucking hack writer. I'm just kidding. I love your work.
Come on the cast and review Burger King. So he takes a stand. He takes a stand, defends himself, and says that his ex-girlfriend was killed by CIA agents who framed him for the crime because he knew too much about the agency's paranormal military research. Now, if you go back in time to the Oki episode, Dr. Kyle Rittenhouse was an alien super soldier. You know, apparently the mainstream judicial system didn't buy this whole paranormal military research thing, and they convicted the guy who was framed.
Dang. That's fucked up.
That's fucked up. He served a life sentence, and he died in prison April 3rd, 2020. So he knew about COVID.
He probably avoided all of it just in prison.
Yeah, but he knew.
Or he died of COVID. Or did he die, or was he put to death? Those are different.
He was not put to death. He died apparently of natural causes. Yeah, he was like 80.
Oh yeah, I'll do it.
He was born in 1940. Yeah. Yeah. So that's the thing. But to be fair to him, he was an environmental activist. I'd like to give him his credit.
What's up?
Born into a middle-class Jewish family.
I feel like you emphasized Jewish there.
Jewish family. Look, Jewish, okay?
It's not. It's just a little bit of Jew.
It's like his dad was Jewish, probably. I don't know. I didn't read the... he became active in ecological groups and was part of the counterculture, anti-establishment, and anti-war movements of the 60s and 70s. Speaker at the first Earth Day event in Philadelphia in 1970.
We got to free this guy.
I mean, he's dead.
Free guy. Folks.
You know, I think the problem with this is the counterculture can't count.
Okay.
That's as far as that goes.
How about some arithmetic culture, huh, folks?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what about
Algebra culture.
Calculus culture. Fucking.
Subtraction culture.
What about discounter culture? That five.
You know, if you think about it, Putin is kind of a subtraction culture follower.
Well, I mean, sometimes he's subtracting people. He's adding to his fucking empire, dog. That's fucking balance, baby. That's the yin and the yang. I bet some guy probably actually believes that.
Some guy listening was just like, wow, that's what I think.
Coach really gets me. And then I twist the knife.
That's the sort of Damocles, baby. You never know when it's coming.
You never know. That's why they call me that.
They call you the sword of Damocles.
The sword of Coachocles, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now check this out. He was an instructor at Temple University for 1 year. And he said that he had too much contempt for the academic world and boasted of proffering straight answers about the delights and dangers of cannabis and LSD to students. He was also a resident fellow at the Harvard Institute of Politics during the autumn of 1978. Now, what happened in politics in 1978? I'm not going to say it, but
Watergate.
We're all thinking it.
Yeah? When was Watergate?
It was a Frost Nixon. This was based on the movie.
Yeah. Was that about Watergate?
I'm not a scientist, dude.
That happened in 72. Whatever. I don't know. I was like, I knew it happened in the 70s. I just didn't remember. Man. Do you want to hear about my criminal? Are you done? I feel like you're done.
Yeah. I was just reading about the actual murder that happened, and I'm not gonna.
Is it good? Is it worth circling back to?
His alibi when she disappeared, he claimed that Holly had gone out to the neighborhood co-op to buy some tofu and sprouts and never returned, and that was his alibi for 17 years.
I mean, I appreciate the consistency.
Yep.
All right. Well, I have a fellow known as the Playing Card Killer. Sounds pretty sick, right?
He sounds like Gambit.
Yeah, he does sound like Gambit X-Men. But much like a lot of my crimes, it sounds good, and then I'm going to explain it. / the crime itself is not that good, but it sounds cool. And I was thinking, I was like, well, what should March's theme be? And I was thinking, you know what? Murder March. And I was like, well, it's a true crime podcast, so that's kind of every month. And I was like,
yeah,
how about Madrid March, folks? So we're going to Spain.
Yeah, my idea was Shot Down of March Medianus.
I just don't know how we would talk about true crime and Medea in only an hour. I just don't know how we'd find a way to.
There's so much to cover for both.
Yeah, exactly. It's just it would be impossible. It's a great idea. It just isn't feasible. If only we still had the Patreon, then we could figure out a way to do it. No, so Alfredo Galan, and if I pronounce his name, sure, yeah.
What about some Fredo? I can't handle all of Fredo.
What about no Fredo? I'm against Fredo. I prefer.
That's
how about Fredo on the side? No
Fredo is like a restaurant that won't serve Italian people.
No Fredo is called The Godfather 2, baby.
Folks, Marlon Brando.
Well, he wasn't. Sure. Yeah. So yeah, this Alfredo, he became class president in high school, and it's really funny that Wikipedia has this the next part of this sentence, but was remembered as unremarkable and introverted. So
he's the Calvin Coolidge of high school presidents.
they fucking got him, I guess. In
Like,
September, oh, you gotta go on, please.
I'm like, people are journalists are going to his old high school classmates and be like, how did you feel about him as class president? And they're like, I don't remember. What? Like, asking me about who was class president like 30 years ago?
Oh, why? How come? Oh, well, because he's the playing card killer. Who's that?
Yeah, it's just like old confused people, and like seems like he was a forgettable president.
This happened in 2000. I mean, he in 98. So the crimes happened in 2003, and I guess after high school in 98, he joined the Spanish army and became a corporal in the 31st Mech Regiment Asturias of Madrid, and he participated in humanitarian missions in Bosnia. Now, a 31st Mech Regiment sounds fucking cool because it sounds like Gundam, and Asturias kind of sounds like Artorias, which is from Dark Souls. So
very cool.
Shout out Arthur. And then there was an oil spill he helped clean up. So great guy. Then he stole a car and was sent to the military hospital in Madrid. Oh, he got diagnosed. Oh, okay. So whoever wrote this Wikipedia article needs to be fired because he was diagnosed with neurosis, anxiety, and continued drinking.
Mm-hmm.
Was he diagnosed with continued drinking, or he was diagnosed with those two things and then continued also being an alcoholic? Or could you just say alcoholism instead of continued drinking? I don't fucking know. It's annoying. So in 2003, he began working as a security guard at the Madrid Barajas airport. Please tell me if I didn't pronounce that right. You
didn't.
Thank you. So on 24 January 2003, because I guess I have the fucking UK version of this. Some fucking European wrote all this bullshit. This dude
probably racist
for me saying that.
No, the journalist.
The journalist. No. I mean the whoever wrote the Wikipedia. Yeah, sure, journalist. So Alfredo, Mr. Pasta himself, shot Juan Francisco Ledesma.
Ladies man?
Ladies, I mean, it kind of looks like that. In the head in front of his 2-year-old son, which is pretty rough. And then on the 5th of February, the body of a 28-year-old airport cleaner, Juan Carlos Martin Estacio, was found shot in the head. And an Ace of Cups playing card was left nearby. Interesting.
Ace of Cups.
Yeah.
That's not a playing card. That's a tarot card.
Ace of Cups. Do they have different? Do they have different suits?
They have like the swords and the cups and the.
No, there's a Latin suited playing cards. No, that there could be a playing card.
Oh, there's like Scopa. Does Scopa have different?
I don't know. This isn't. I mean, if this guy was using tarot cards, then I regret ever mentioning this because that fucking.
Honestly,
sucked.
It's kind of sick. What if Gambit used tarot cards?
Yeah, Gambit would.
And
I would kill Gambit. I would leap into the multiverse. Into
like
the
if you get Gambit throws like the death card at you, and you're like, "Wow, how ironic!" And then he like goes to take his card back. And he's like, "Death card actually means change," and then he takes it back, and then
the sword of then I've crashed the sword of Damocles upon his head with my down B.
You grab the sword of Damocles.
And wield it. Oh, the day I grabbed the sword of Damocles and wielded it as my own.
Wielding the Damocles sword,
very powerful, very unhinged. That's like my villain moment. Like when I grab the sword of Damocles, it's like, oh, he's become the real bad guy after all.
Yeah.
He
was Capra Demon the whole time. That's the only boss I can name.
So after leaving the Ace of Cups, right, on the 7th of March 2003, this other person was shot in the was shot in the face by our friend Alfred, but survived. And then that person's friend, I guess, didn't get got, but a 3 of Cups was dropped on the scene.
He's running out of cards.
Yeah. So the big twist of this, though, because I guess there was. I just read another part of the thing that's very funny. So apparently in some of the murders, Alfred had wished his victims good morning and ordered them to kneel before shooting them. And he had smuggled the gun into Spain by hiding it in a TV set.
Hell yeah, dude.
Now, but the twist is that he never intended on the playing cards to be his like signature bit. He only started doing it after the media like made a point of noticing that there was a playing card left by a victim's or that was just near a victim's body. So he was like
he didn't even leave the first one.
No, he didn't even leave the first one. It just happened to be there. And he's like, I guess I'll roll with it.
If they're gonna brand me as something, I guess
if you're gonna make me a monster, then I'll be one.
Yeah.
So he has got 142 years and 3 months in prison.
Those last 3 months are going to be hectic, dude.
He's currently 43 years old. And that's Alfredo, the man who invented Alfredo sauce, which is probably the worst crime. He didn't invent it, obviously.
He did not. I want to circle back to the unicorn killer because I read another part of the article. When the police found the corpse in the trunk in his closet, a police officer talks to him. And he's like, well, it looks like we found Holly. And then the unicorn killer says, you found what you found.
That's some kind of coach answer.
Yeah. That's it.
That's good. I like that.
There's a lot of killers have.
They got a great sense of humor. I feel like you have to with what you're doing, you know.
Do you?
I don't know. I'm not a killer. I'm just postulating.
Criminal status deceased.
Rip.
Not
Rip. Fuck that guy. He's a murderer. We hate murderers on this show.
Could have been the CIA with the paranormal military.
Yeah, I guess the jury really is out, even though the jury did convict him.
The jury did come in.
But maybe it's out.
They've since gone out. Like, he was the first Earth Day speaker in Philadelphia.
How bad could he be? Although I guess in Philadelphia, the first Earth Day speaker might still be a piece of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so...
In this case, a convicted murderer.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Who's to say?
Well, we've done the time.
We've done our time.
Now it's time for you guys to do the crime and rate us on iTunes. Give us 5 stars. Follow us on Twitter at BadBoyCrimesPod. Join the Discord and the pinned tweet. DM us ideas for crimes that you want to see on the show. Do you have any plugs? How was that? That was a fucking good read, dude.
Banger.
Segue. I'm a professional. Fuck this shit.
You are a professional. I have a plug.
Okay.
No, I don't. I got nothing.
Okay.
I was gonna make something up, like go follow me on Parler, but I'm not gonna make a Parler for the bit. So that's it. Goodbye.
Goodbye.